Hello my friends, welcome back to Premo Cooks. I'm Danielle Premo. Today we are going to make hummus. We're going to do a basic recipe. We're going to talk about later in the video different ways that you can spice your hummus up and make it a little different. So we're going to move over here to the food processor and get started. First thing, actually, what I want to do is I'm going to take these lemons and juice them. And then what we're going to do first is take our 3 garlic cloves, pop them in here, give them a whirl. We're gonna whirl them. So I'm doing the garlic first because that way it gets broken up really small and you don't have chunks once you blend everything else in. The blade will have a harder time breaking that garlic down all of the way. So we have that in there. Take my spatula, push it down a bit, and then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. We have chickpeas that we made from scratch. This is 2 cups. You could also use 1 can that you drain at home and strain it. We have a video on how to make chickpeas from scratch. So olive oil, 3 tablespoons. Tahini, 3 tablespoons. And I'll talk about tahini a bit more at the end of the video. 1 teaspoon kosher salt. And then lemon juice. I'm gonna start with 3 tablespoons, but we'll taste it after we blend it up and potentially add more. Are you ready for this? So I want to now, it's all blended up, but let's look at the consistency of this. It is quite thick. And some folks like the thick hummus. It can be good for certain things. And that's a really nice consistency depending on what you're using it for. I personally like a creamier hummus. And so what I'm gonna do, this is something that you won't see in most hummus recipes, but I always have water set aside to add in slowly because you can thin it with a little water and make it a little creamier. I learned that working at a restaurant in Seattle. I'm gonna turn it on again and then slowly add water. And then I'm gonna push the sides down on it, blend it one more time. Now, do a little taste. Here's another trick. So you have 2 spoons. This one I've been dipping in there already, but I haven't touched it with my mouth. Put it on a different spoon. A little on the salty side, I would say. So I'm gonna add some more lemon juice to balance that out. But it's super good. The garlic is perfect. The tahini is perfect. It's actually really good. So I'm gonna add a little more lemon juice. 1 tablespoon. So that puts us at 4 tablespoons total right now. 1 more taste. I'm gonna like this one too. Because we're done. That is a perfect basic hummus. Now what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in a bowl. I have another trick to show you. If you have a food processor like this where the blade comes in and out, I've showed this in another video, but this is a great trick. Put your middle finger up in that little hole, and then you can hold the blade in so that it doesn't fall out, and then scoop around it with your spatula. And then one more really cool trick. When you have all this thick hummus that's sticking to the sides and not easily scooped out, it gets stuck under the blade. If you put it back on, connect all of the dots to make it whirl again. Whirl. We're gonna whirl again. Check this out. So that pushes everything off of the blade. So now I'm gonna pull the blade out, and that way you can cleanly get all of your hummus out of there. Ba-bam! Basic hummus. Okay, my friends, now we have our beautiful basic hummus that turned out so freaking delicious. And now what I want to do is, let's say at home you want to spice up your hummus or do something different to it. I'm going to give you an idea or a trick on how to go about doing that. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a list of options of different ways that you can make your hummus exciting and different and new and fun and whatever floats your boat. So we're gonna move over here, and what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of this hummus that we made, and I'm gonna put just a scoop of it into a ramekin. So this is a great way of testing out different flavor profiles. Rather than committing to the entire batch, just take a scoop out. And what I want to experiment with is adding some balsamic to my hummus. So I have this gorgeous, thick, sticky, sweet balsamic from Napa Valley. I love this one. Been using it for years. Gonna add a splash, and then I'm gonna give it a stir, then I'm gonna give it a taste. I already knew that would be good because I do this all the time. But I just wanted to show you as an example. So, you know, you could also take, I have a little bit of cumin. I'm gonna add a pinch of cumin in here, see what that does to change the flavor profile. Maybe all two. I think I can get away with adding a little bit more balsamic. So good. I love a little cumin and balsamic in my hummus personally. That's one of my go-to recipes. At home, do the same thing. Put a little scoop in a tiny bowl or a ramekin, add some roasted red peppers to it or some tapenade and see what happens. And then if you think it's awesome, you can commit to the entire bowl and add it into your whole batch. And at the end of the video, I'll give you, like I said, lots of other things to think about that you could add into your hummus for fun. What am I gonna do now? I'm gonna cut up some veggies and then just plate this hummus. I'll show you how to plate it, and I'll chop up some veggies and some pita to go with it. So I have red pepper, celery, carrot, and some cute little tiny Persian cucumbers. Then I also have some halves of pita that were in the fridge that I'm gonna cut into quarters or cute little triangles, and we'll make a little meze platter. Before I put my veggies around it, I'm gonna plate some hummus. And traditionally, or actually I don't know if it's traditional or not, but most commonly if you're at a restaurant or someplace where you're getting a hummus platter, the way that hummus is generally served is with a bit of olive oil on top. I'll make a little divot in there to pool a little olive oil. And then you could put fresh herbs on top of it, or just for a pop of color, some paprika. And a trick, when you have a spice jar like this that has holes in the top, as opposed to shaking it out like this, just hold it and tap the bottom from up high. And that way it'll come out in tiny little bursts. You won't get just a big heap of it by shaking it. If that makes sense? Hopefully that made sense. But look, so beautiful. Here we go. We're gonna put that on our plate, and then I cut these guys a wee bit short for dipping, but that's fine. You're not here to complain about it. I'll say that was pretty good. Maybe just take a dip. Basic hummus. All right, we have our hummus made, and now I just want to talk to you about a few other things to inspire your hummus making at home. Number one is, why do I love hummus? I love hummus because one, chickpeas are my favorite bean of all time, but it's a super tasty, awesome spread that you can use for so many things. You can dip it, you can put it on sandwiches, you can put it in pita pockets, and because of the chickpeas and the tahini and all the ingredients in there, you have a really nice amount of fiber and protein plus quality fat from the olive oil and the tahini. So it's a really good power snack, especially if you just need something to have on a road trip or on a hike, something to munch on to give you fuel. Hummus is a great go-to. And that leads me to, what is tahini? Tahini is made from, it's just ground sesame seeds. So just like peanut butter's peanut butter, almond butter. It's basically sesame butter, but it's called tahini. And so when you're looking for it at the stores, it's elusive because it's next to the nut butters. So check your almond butter, peanut butter section at the grocery store. And you'll find other great uses for tahini once you have it on hand. I like to put it in salad dressings and soups as a thickener and to add an extra flavor profile. It's super awesome to have on hand. How do you store hummus? So you want to put it into a sealed container, airtight, and put it in the refrigerator. You can leave it in the refrigerator for up to 4 to 5 days, maybe longer. You'll definitely know when it's gone bad because it will smell terrible, as does anything with beans in it when they go rancid. And then, as I've alluded to several times in this video, now I'm gonna tell you my final thoughts on other ways to make your hummus different than the basic recipe that we made today. So one is adding balsamic and a little cumin, which is one of my personal favorites. You could add jalapenos and make a spicy hummus. You could do caramelized onions or fresh herbs or roasted red peppers or Kalamata olives. The options are really endless. You can do so many different things to make it taste different. And another thing you can do is substitute the type of bean, and you could use white beans instead of chickpeas or even lentils. So lots and lots of room to be creative and find ways that you like hummus at home if you don't already, but super fun and super easy and way more affordable when you make it yourself, and it usually tastes better too. So good luck, and let us know in the comments below if you try this at home and how it goes for you. Bye-bye.
Nice job.
Thanks. Hey y'all, if you didn't know, one of the best ways that you could support my husband and I doing Premo Cooks, if you like our content, would be to like, subscribe, or comment. Any of those things or all of those things would be super appreciated. Thank you for watching.